Welcome everyone to the Long Island Railroad. We're riding across the Long Island Railroad, across Queens in order to head to Flushing Main Street, which is known as the Chinatown of Queens. It's the largest Chinatown in the entire United States of America. We're going to explore a little bit of that Chinatown and then head back into Manhattan and venture into Midtown. I'm Ariel, you're watching Urbanist. Let's enjoy a ride on the Long Island Railroad, which is known as the LIRR for short, or sometimes people call it just the LIR. Let me know where you're watching from, and right now we're looking out towards Astoria, Queens, and Long Island City, and there we have another train passing through. So look at that. So here's the Long Island Railroad. We're about to pass Woodside. Hello, Cindy. Nice to see you here, Cindy. And here's the train, how it looks like. So we're about to pass through. And this is the other side. It's very sunny on this side usually during the daytime, so it's hard to see out of the window. Hello, Kay. Thank you so much for watching. And thank you so much for moderating on Facebook. But look at that. Oh, wow. I'm so excited for this. So let me show you out the window. Let's actually go into wide angle so you can see more of the train, how it looks like. So this is 10 cars long. Are there any special air filtration system? I think there are, but don't quote me on that. These trains are, I think, about 20 years old at this point. Anywhere between 15 to 20 years old. There's a few newer trains, but I'm not in the very brand spanking new trains. So I'm so excited to be riding with all of you on the Long Island Railroad. Since I've covered Moynihan, I actually did a 360 video of Moynihan train haul, which I'm so excited to show to all of you soon. So stay tuned for that. We explore the artworks as well, which I didn't have the chance to do so during the live video. But I want to show you what is connected to Moynihan train haul, which is the Long Island Railroad. And the Long Island Railroad is actually a really good tool to get very quickly through Queens. If you want to minimize your commute time, you have to spend a little bit more money. But if you want to minimize your commute time and get to Flushing via the Long Island Railroad, it's very efficient. It's very quick. I just boarded this train at 12:49, and we are anticipating to arrive at 1:10. Now, the Long Island Railroad also enables you to visit other areas of Long Island, which I've covered a few of them, like Montauk and Long Beach. Right here is Woodside. So this ride should be like $5.25. I have unlimited, which I use to get around Long Island Railroad, but $5.25 I think is the price. If anyone can confirm, you can purchase a city ticket for cheaper. It says 4K Wonder. Yeah, that's correct. So here's Woodside, and Woodside is known as Little Manila. It's adjacent to Jackson Heights, and here you can take the 7 train, also to Flushing Main Street. But the 7 train is slower because it is local, and even if you take the express, it does take a few stops. So our trip should only be 20 minutes as opposed to 35 to 40 minutes on the 7 train. Are there restrooms here? Yes, there are. And that's the one benefit of the Long Island Railroad. Right here is the restroom. Now, it might not be the prettiest restroom, so if you are male, you might have an easier time with the restrooms on the trains. Otherwise, if you were required to sit down, it might be maybe not as pleasant. Hey, good afternoon. So is the Long Island Railroad separate from the MTA MetroCard? So the Long Island Railroad is part of the MTA, Metropolitan Transit Authority. Here we have a expressway. However, it is a separate ticketing system. So you do have to buy a ticket on the railroad. And similar to commuter rails all around the world, If you encounter commuter rail, say in London or in Paris or in Massachusetts, as we did going to Salem, you do have to pay per the length of the ride, according to what stop you're going to. Now, on the Long Island Railroad, the stops are in zones, and I think there should be six to eight zones around there, if anyone can clarify. Right now on Flushing Main Street, I think we'll be going to the city zone, but right outside Flushing, which starts becoming Bayside, I think is already zone 4. There's an app for the Long Island Railroad. Yeah, there is. So here we're passing through Queens, and now we're starting to see a different side of Queens that you don't see from the 7 train, which is fascinating. Forest Hills won't be the next stop, so we're going on the Flushing line. The Flushing line is the red line on the Long Island Railroad. It actually goes on the north part of the island of Long Island. So we pass from Penn Station to Woodside, Queens. We're going along the north side of Queens. We're seeing a little bit of a different perspective from the 7 train, because we're a little bit more northward, and we're heading to Flushing Main Street. Now, the cool thing also here, we get to see, ooh, yeah, we're already starting to get to Flushing. Now we're starting to see the Chinese and Korean lettering. But also you gotta keep your eyes peeled on this side of the train, because here on this side you'll see the Flushing Meadow Park. But stay tuned, I'll be coming back on the train and showing you this view when we go back to Manhattan. Mario, this is not a gear channel, so feel free to ask anything about New York or travel. Daily Walker, I wait eagerly for your videos. Oh, Kay is a new member. Kay, new member and moderator. Thank you so much, Kay. Phyllis, hello. Hello, Steve and Linda. Good afternoon, Cynthia from Boston. Nice to see you here. Hope you're doing good too. Thank you again for your awesome videos. My pleasure. Hello, Roseanne. I traveled the Long Island Railroad from Patchogue. Oh, cool. You're a commuter as well. That's awesome. Actually, bad windows here. Problem is, the windows here are very, very hard to see. On this side, at least. Are the seats comfy? Oh, yes, they are. Yes, they are. So, are the seats comfy? I love Long Island Railroad seats. They are simple and they look kind of a bit like simplistic compared to, say, the London commuter rail or the New Jersey Transit. But I love the simplicity because they stay clean. I don't fear bed bugs because they're kind of made of a plastic thing. And they're comfy. I just like the perfect slope and everything. If I were to review this seat for the bench review for this episode, I would give the Long Island Railroad, there's no bird poo of course, it's comfy, nice slope back. I've had so many great reading and podcast listening experiences while taking the Long Island Railroad, and I can easily sit for 30 minutes to an hour on the railroad and be okay. So I would give the Long Island Railroad seating a very, very generous score of 8.9. 8.9 out of 10. This is a Uber bench, in other words. Here's the World's Fair. It's a bit hard to see, bad, but here's the US Tennis Open. And now we're blocked. Right there, Citi Field, there in the distance. Hello, Katharina. Gym lockdown over. I'll be joining you on the treadmill. Oh, cool, Joseph. That's awesome. So here's the Willis Point stop on the Long Island Railroad. So when there used to be, back in the day, you know, historically, when there used to be sports games that people actually attended in person without wearing masks, and there was no such thing as a global pandemic ravaging the world, they used to open up the station whenever there were games or major concerts. That hasn't happened in quite a while. Now here we start to see the Flushing Creek, I think. This has a different name. Hey, Dynamic, nice to see you here. Hello, Areski. Hello, Daisy. Welcome. So now we're getting to Flushing. Here we're starting to see the high rises in Flushing, Queens. I remember riding the Long Island Railroad standing room always. Yeah, it's not as full. Tom, no politics in the channel, please. Only travel and New York City related or food. Lots of other great channels you can talk about politics there. Skyview Mall, says Arturo. Oh, that's what's the name? Skyview Mall. Yep, right there. Hey, Enrique. Hello, Vass. Are you in the Port Washington branch? I am indeed. Are you guys ready? You guys ready to get out? Are you ready to explore Queens for a little while before we go back into Manhattan? Let me know. Here's the bathroom. That's how it looks like. All right, let's go back out. All right, we are out and about here at the Flushing Main Street line. Is Flushing expensive to live in? It's becoming increasingly expensive. I'll talk a little bit about that soon. Let me show you the train passing by before I start walking. 4K says, please do Ariel a fave and press that like button. Yeah, definitely do. Let's get a lot of people watching this video. Let's pack this train, ladies and gentlemen. The train looked a little bit empty right now. It's gonna look a little bit empty when we go back to Manhattan. So let's pack it. Let's pack the train. Let's get as many people here as possible. Press that like button if you're on Facebook. Share this video. Bye-bye, train. All right. Welcome to Flushing, Queens. Ladies and gentlemen, this is one of my favorite train stations because Queens has a lot of like a suburban feel, many parts of it at least. But here, when you ride the Long Island Railroad, you still get an urban feel. Flushing is quickly becoming its own urban center outside of Manhattan. So here we're surrounded by much taller buildings that you will encounter. If you continue on the train, you'll go into Nassau County and the buildings tend to be much shorter. All right, let's go. Daily Walker says, big Greek community here. The Greek community is mostly centered around Astoria, Queens. Flushing is known for having a Korean and Chinese community. Now, someone asked me, is it expensive to live here? Here we see a gazebo in the Chinese style, or Chinese flourishes to this gazebo. Now, is it expensive to live here? Well, something interesting is happening. The people who moved here originally from East Asia were Taiwanese, Hong Kongese, Koreans. They moved here around the 1960s. A good portion of them, the very first ones, moved here because they were working and building the grand pavilions of those respective countries in the World's Fair of 1964. not every country participated in that World's Fair. It was rather controversial, with Robert Moses kind of bulldozing his way to make a World's Fair while the World's Fair Commission in France wasn't to agreement. Thus, the bigger pavilions did not go to Western Europe, they went to East Asia. And a lot of those East Asian workers just decided to stay here. They got like special visas and they were able to stay here and eventually gain citizenship. That was the first version of the Chinatown we knew. I grew up with in the 90s. But then things started to change in the past 5 years or so. Since this already has a Chinese population, Mandarin Chinese, or better well-off Chinese from all parts of China, but a lot of them are Mandarin speakers, have been coming here and buying up real estate. So they've been gentrifying the middle class Taiwanese, Hong Kongese, Koreans that already live here. Hence, it's not gentrification. People are calling it hyper gentrification because it's well-off people replacing, or very rich people replacing rich people or middle-class people. Unlike generally the case with gentrification, which is middle class replacing lower income families. So that is the gist of it. And there's a few great videos that talk about this new hyper gentrification that's happening. And it's also different because the gentrification is not happening from people coming from the US, it's coming from foreigners. So here's some boba being made. Look at that. The fresh boba being made. Ooh, look at this truck. Hey, greetings from Poland. Phyllis, well, you got Chinese food. I probably won't do a food stop here because we're going back to Manhattan. And I want to show you more of Manhattan. Let's walk a little bit. Let's wander a little bit here. Hey, Steve. Love the transparency where the food is cooked. Indeed, indeed. You get a lot of transparency in many places. Here's Jean Famous Foods. One of Anthony Bourdain's favorite Chinese food places. All right, everyone, I'm gonna need your favor from all of you guys. We're gonna get back to Manhattan, and the railroad isn't like the subway. It doesn't pass every 5 minutes or so. It passes every 30 minutes. So I'm gonna need a heads up when it's 1:50 p.m. Let me know when it's 1:50 p.m. Give me a heads up, and then we can get back to the city. Does Flushing have a mall? Yeah, I'll point that out soon.
Hello.
Hey, my Na says, same in Malaysia. There's a lot of richer Chinese moving, and yeah, it's happening in many parts of the world. Tony, you love Anthony Bourdain, yeah. Alex says, count on us. Oh, thank you, Alec. HX is not a gaming channel, so feel free to ask me anything about travel, New York City, history, or food. Or architecture. Chris, you love the book Nasty Bits by Anthony Bourdain. I'm so glad you do. Yeah, I gotta read that. That seems interesting. Very hectic here. A lot of people. Here's the Golden Mall, what used to be the Golden Mall. Hey, Roseanne. Welcome. Elizabeth, you hear Chinese? Yes, you'll hear Cantonese, Mandarin, Korean. There's Southeast Asian sometimes that move here as well, so you might hear Thai or Malay. It's nice and vibrant. Yeah, I agree. Hello, Roseanne. Nice to see you here. What? No durian fruit, says toilet brush. Yeah, I haven't seen any yet, at least. But if you need your Purell, right over here, get you your Purell. What is this? What is this building over here? Let's check that out. Look at that. Guys, cool architecture alert. Oh, whoa, whoa. That is interesting. There's just a bunch of crabs. Hey, Jose, I think the work you do on video is excellent. Oh, I'm so glad, Jose. Those little details which you stop to show and the information you provide. Oh, I'm so glad. There was some crabs. Yep. Some crabby crabs right there. Right there in the street for the picking. They were like, what, $3 to $5 a piece. Do I eat crabs? No, not anymore. I had a very bad experience eating a crustacean in Washington, D.C. and have been put off by eating shellfish. Here's Victorian Tower. Whoa. This is quite extravagant for what would be a normal looking residential tower. The entrance is super extravagant. A beautiful facade, yeah. Beautiful. Let's see if it's real stone. Let's investigate. It is stone, but it's not marble. Definitely not marble. It's it feels different. It feels more kind of chalky. It feels chalky. If anyone is a stone expert over here. Hard to describe, but it has like a chalky feel to it. And look at this beautiful detailing over here. Whoa. Plaster, yeah, I think it might be plaster. Yeah, it might be plaster that's painted. Yeah, that's the feel. Yeah, plaster. I think it might be plaster, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, this feels like plaster. It's hard, but it's like has a texture to it, a chalky texture to it. I gotta put on my gloves. It's very cold here today, so bear with me. Very, very cold here. So I gotta put on my gloves. It's getting so cold, I gotta put my gloves on. You remember that song, right? Let me know if you remember that amazing song by Nelly. It's getting so cold, I gotta put my gloves on. The music video with everyone putting on their clothes and jackets and gloves. You remember that video, right? Let me know if anyone grew up in the early 2000s, knows what I'm talking about. Put on your clothes. Great, great song. All right, I'm ready. Already in exploration mode. Is that the winter version, ladies and gentlemen? I'm not sure what you're talking about. The only version I know of is you got to put on your clothes. It's getting Cold in here, gotta put my gloves on. One of the sweet, sweet classics of the early aughts, as we call it here in the US. Aughts means the early 2000s. It's cold in Washington State too. Oh. Hey, Stuart. Nice to see you here. How come nobody goes to Staten Island? Ask John. John, great question, John. I think that's the $64,000 question. I don't know. I can't tell you a good reason. I can tell you my reason. My reason is it's very far. It's hard to get to Staten Island. There's no subway directly to Staten Island. I have to take the ferry or I have to take a car. Who uses a car nowadays? I don't know who uses a car. Do you use a car? Let me know if you use a car. I don't know what a car is anymore. So that's why I don't frequently go to Staten Island. I wish there were more ferries to Staten Island at least. Or I wish they would build some transit on the Verrazano. That would make it so easy. Here is the post office, historic building. Anastasia says, yes, you need a car to get around the island. Yep, that too. In order even to get around, you mostly need a car. Or at least the main sites. And you know how much it is to go by car to across the Verrazano? It's like $19, something along those lines. Crazy amount to drive the toll across the Verrazano Bridge. Hey, Daily Walker says, not having a car is not a luxury that Ohioans can afford. Yeah, most of America, you need a car. It's required, yeah. 575 people tuning in. Ooh. Guys, I think the train might reach capacity if we go beyond 1,000. When we go beyond 1,000. Hey, ¿cómo estás? Gracias por viendo, Teddy. Puedes preguntarme cualquier cosa en español. You drive yours every day. Oh, cool. There's a lot of cool knickknacks here. And some keyboards. Cool. Knickknacks and keyboards. Tone, there's a Colombian bakery here? Really, Tone? That is interesting. Are you referring to this one? Aladdin Bakery? Pan de queso? Aladdin Bakery here in the middle of Chinatown. Welcome viewers from Russia and Berlin. Very crowded, surprisingly. Oh yeah. Chinatown is a very dense area. Becoming very, very urban. Intensely urban.
Can I have a cigarette, please?
Oh, look at these old cameras. Wow. Lots of really interesting knickknacks here. Jessica, I appreciate you trying to spread the word of liking the video. Thank you. Hey, Marlene. Manny, I love this neighborhood. Me too. I really like this neighborhood. There's a nice liveliness to it. And you know, not that many people are like hounding you. Because you could go to some other lively neighborhoods and they'll counter people might be begging for food or for money, or you might have people trying to get business from you. But here in Chinatown, since the culture is a bit different, you don't have too many people hounding you for things. So it is crowded, it is vibrant, but you don't feel like people are imposing their space upon you. Look at this guy. Distance. I wonder what he's doing. Hey, Daily Walker says, I need a show on the Travel Channel. Yeah. I wouldn't work for the Travel Channel because I don't think they're going to last too long. But I would happily work with Discovery, which have their own streaming platform. And they're very innovative with how they put their videos on other platforms. Or Netflix or Amazon Prime. So stay tuned. I'll be doing that at some point. Oh, there we go. Yes. Love it. Perfect time. Everyone, I planned that. This is like a huge Hollywood production. Everything looks like a walk in the park. It looks like it's random, but it's all planned, ladies and gentlemen. It's like the Truman Show. There's little guys putting small little triggers, saying like, "Oh, birds on cue, go." Cindy says, "Perfect till they poop." Indeed, indeed. Oh, the dilemma. That's a great shot with the pigeons. Oh yeah, Lisbon, I agree. Glad you enjoyed it. The guy's dressed as a figure of Chinese New Year. Yeah. Thank you, Thomas, for letting us know. Thomas, Hong Konger in New York, dropping some great knowledge about Chinese culture. Thank you. Thomas, our fellow resident expert of Chinese culture here in New York. Let us know, do you have any recommendations here for quick food that I can get before 1:50 p.m. here in Chinatown, this immediate area? Where am I going? Oh, Sardinia. You must be new. There is no plan, no direction. All I know is I'm taking the train back to Manhattan with all of you. But beyond that, I'm just walking aimlessly. Yeah, I love all the decorations. Look at that. Beautiful. Artie says, where isn't he going? That is a great question. Am I getting some dim sum? I want some dim sum. It'll be fun to get some dim sum. But we are a little bit tight on time. So I might wait for another day. Here's the mall, the New World Mall. Not the New World Order, don't mix it up. And here you can find an amazing food court. All East Asian, mostly Chinese. Really great options. Sometimes you'll find Chinese cuisine that you won't find in most Chinatowns. Because a lot of people are coming here from other parts of China. Not just Guangdong and Fujian, like many Chinese in Chinatown. Or Fuzhou. And Manny says there's a food court underground. Yeah, Manny, I so wish there was service in that food court. But it's such a shame that there isn't. So here's the 7 train. You can take that also to Manhattan. Hey, Big Kyle, ni hao ma. Thank you so much for watching. I just passed the Royal Queen food stand, Thomas says. Oh, is it that one? The one with the blue tarp right in front of the New World Mall? Is it good? Is it like a popular favorite of people? Let me know. Hey, 4K, request the blue sky. Okay, so this is a great area because if you're lucky, and you probably will be, you'll see airplanes passing so close right above this intersection. We might not be lucky at this moment in time because there is very little international travel at the moment. So I don't see any plane. Come on, guys, on cue. The engineers in the background are taking a little bit of time to put the plane on cue. Okay, guys, reminder, 1:50 p.m. Let me know when it is. Shoes online overhead, yeah. Shoes are indeed overhead. Thank you for the super chat, 4K. Hope you enjoy the blue skies. Jose, what made me change my vision of life? That's quite a deep question. Ask me about travel, food, or history, but I'll tell you in the travel context, traveling around through New York City, growing up here, there's so many different cultures that I felt like the world was much bigger. And I have always been curious and fascinated by all the nuances and beautiful distinctions of all cultures. Here in Queens, I grew up here, 120 nationalities. That informed my worldview to not just see one homogeneous culture, but to see multiple cultures. So I love this. Wow. Thomas says, look left. Yeah, great food. Great food trucks. Just past the Royal Queen. Thomas, are those people good? You think so? I usually don't eat food from the street, unless if there's like 2 or 3 vendors that I eat from. But I usually don't eat food from the street. I just don't have the highest trust in it. I also have some bad experiences when I was a little kid. Well, let me know. Let me know. Is it good here in? Is it different here in Chinatown? Let me know. Cheryl says that my worldview is wrong, and she's moving on. Okay, Cheryl, bye-bye. Garden hot pot buffet. Look at this. We'll take a nice slower view. And this is Royal Queen. Okay, let's try it out. Try egg tart, at least. Or try egg. Okay. Ooh, look at that. Hey. Hey, I'm ready to order. Yeah. I'll have a 1 egg tart order and 1 roasted pork bun order. Thank you. Pork buns, yeah. Thank you. No, the pork buns. The buns. Oh, that's the buns? Yeah, I'll have that. Thank you. All right. Thomas, thank you so much for the recommendation. Everyone give Thomas on Facebook a round of hearts. We're going to try it out. The woman, I think, went to get something else from the other kiosk. Here's a pineapple bun, very famous in Hong Kong. No, that's all. Can I have a bag, please? Yeah, thank you. When did you guys open? Oh, cool, cool. That's awesome. Thank you. Just give me $1 in return.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a good day. Sure. Oh, can I have a receipt as well?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you. Have a good day. All right. That was very cheap. I got $8.69. And I gave one something tip. $8.69. So I just paid $10. I got that $1 in return, but I just put it back in the tip jar. All right. So let's go to back to the station so I can try it out. Or station might not be the best idea. Thank you, Thomas, for recommending it. This is Queen. What is it? This is remind us of the Royal Queen is the name. Right in front of the New World Mall. Royal Queen. And they had good service, yeah. Royal Queen. All right, let's go. We're gonna try this out. SF says, I love my midden collection. Oh, I'm so glad you do, man. Thank you. Her voice was cute. Yeah, indeed. Hey. Thomas is a hero. Recommending this, guys. Let's try it out. Thomas did not disappoint last time he recommended a few places when he went along on a walk with me about 2 months ago. And do the Chinese sell saw paw? I'm not sure what that is. I hope it's a dish. But no, I'm not sure. Can you stop by the mall for a visit? Very bad service in the mall, unfortunately. So, no mall for today. But I'll look back another day and see if they improved the service inside. This live is good evidence that New York City is not that. Well, this neighborhood is good evidence. All right, let's cross. All right, planes, you can pass right over now. Go. No, come on. Come on, guys. Where are the planes at? Where are the cross streets? Main Street and Roosevelt Avenue. Oh yeah, Roosevelt Avenue continues through the heart of Queens. And then right further down we have Northern Boulevard, which I've done the tour of before. Check it out on Facebook, Northern Boulevard, and also my appearance on Action Kids video. I cover the history down there. Northern Boulevard, longest street in all of Long Island, well, island of Long Island. Here's this is basically also like a bus hub for Queens. A bunch of buses pass through here, including the Q60, the Q22, I think, the B40, which goes to the Bronx. There's a few others. This is Main Street and Roosevelt Avenue. Cross through here. All right. That's weird. So many people and nobody keeps their distance. It's hard to. These sidewalks are kind of short. They're kind of not so wide as some sidewalks in Europe. All right, let's go on the train platform. Look for a quiet park to eat. Yeah. Oh yeah, too full for me to eat here in the street. I think we'll be okay up here. Hello, Miss Fancy. Nice to see you here. So whenever you're taking the Long Island Railroad, be mindful sometimes the platform, you have to go to the other side to go back. So we're going back to Manhattan, and we have to platform on this other side. And I got my tripod over here. Ladies and gentlemen, my tripod, yes. Actually, let me a little bit higher over here. So glad that New York City provides tripods for us vloggers. All right. Ooh, that was kind of hectic experience. This is a hectic neighborhood. Sometimes you gotta take a breather after stepping out of it. AWS, you dreamed about this place, awesome. Basically, you can wash down the food with tea in China, yes. I'm gonna maybe do a coffee stop in Manhattan, so let's let's try this out. Thank you everyone. You don't need to warn me anymore about the 150 because basically it's almost 150 and we're already at the platform. So let's take our sweet, sweet time enjoying this. So I'm not gonna eat all of it. I'm gonna put the rest in my backpack. Why is this flying away? All right. Here is a pork bun. Maybe a cocktail for the ride back. You know, you used to be able to bring a beer back drinking on the railroad, but not anymore, you know, because of the pandemic and all. All right, let's try these pork buns. Oh, I'm so excited for them. Look at that. Are you allowed to eat on the longer pandemic? No. In New York City, it's mandated to wear masks. Not by law required, so you won't get a fine or anything or a misdemeanor if you don't wear a mask outside. But on the Long Island Railroad, it is a finable offense. So they could fine you up to $50 for not wearing a mask on the MTA subway or the Long Island Railroad, or potentially a few other train hubs as well, like the Amtrak. I think either they're fining you or they will kick you out. So that's why you could eat, but not anymore because of the pandemic. So this is a pork bun. Wow. Thomas, you're right. They're really good. It's so soft and fluffy. The breading is done very well. It has a nice filling of pork. Not super puffy with pork, as I encounter with maybe some other places, but still good enough filling of pork, especially considering the price. $3.75 for 3 pork buns. That is an excellent place. Hey, Neilbo is watching on Twitch. Neilbo, I'm glad you're my first viewer on Twitch. Awesome. I'm also streaming now to Twitch at the same time, ladies and gentlemen, because I want to expand Urbanist to as many platforms as possible. So thank you, Neilbo. This is really good pork bun. Yeah. Really filling as well. I don't score food, I only score benches. But I would say I recommend this. I recommend it, try it out. It's a really good pork bun. And for the price, you can't beat the price. And surprisingly, it tastes really fresh. I was afraid, that's why Thomas is on Facebook. He's not a content creator. He's a dentist, but he knows a lot about New York City, Chinatown. I thought that the cart on the street side was going to be really poor in quality. It used to be the case, but I think because of the pandemic, maybe some company like Royal Queen decided to really up their game. So this is as good as any Chinese bakery, in my opinion. It takes the cake. That's really good. Wow. Now the breading is actually kind of like a cake in of itself. It's like a ooh, plate. We got it. Yes, we got the plane. So the train's going to arrive soon. It's going to arrive at 2:05 p.m. So stay tuned. Hold on to your seatbelts. I'm going to take the train soon. But first, let's eat. Too close for comfort. That's what I grew up with. I grew up in Jackson Heights, Queens. The planes also pass as close to my childhood apartment. And I remember in late night, just late night, all night long. And that's why I love cities, because now no noise can deter me. All right, let's try an egg tart. Can you stream the Long Island Railroad? Yes, I'm gonna stream the entire train ride through. You're gonna see Queens. You're gonna see the skyline from the distance. You're gonna see Long Island City. You're gonna see a lot of things. Do they go to JFK or LaGuardia? That one was going towards LaGuardia, if I recall. If I am correct, it seemed to be going on a decline and going towards LaGuardia. But there's also planes that go this way towards JFK. Egg tart, ladies and gentlemen. Inspired by the Portuguese egg tart as well. Wow. Very flaky tart. So the tart is actually really good. It has a bit of a very kind of neutral taste to it. So it's not super sweet. They're not trying to be super sweet. They're trying to be kind of more neutral, which I really do appreciate. Because sometimes egg tarts can get, they start putting sugar into the tart itself. The actual egg part, the egg custard, wow. Very soft. They have a nice, like, kind of a hardened exterior. So it's almost like a creme brulee, almost. Not quite, but like going in that direction. And the tart itself is very creamy, very creamy. Again, not sweet at all. So I really do appreciate that it's not sweet. Because I don't want a sweet egg tart. I want an egg tart that I can quickly have with some food. Wow. Not super buttery either. So someone said they're more butter tarts. Not butter. So it's hard to kind of convey it. But if you can see, it doesn't have that kind of glazed exterior to it that you might see more with like Portuguese egg tarts or French tarts that tend to have a lot of glazing. That glazing is the fat from the butter, usually, or the sugar itself. So here, not too much butter, not too much sugar. So you don't have that immense glazing onto it. Really, really great quality egg tart. Highly recommend it. Royal Queen, right in front of the New World Mall at Roosevelt Avenue. The nearest intersecting street is Main Street. Right by the Long Island Railroad, right by the 7 train. Wow. That's so good. That's so good. You're gonna bring the rest home to family. Ah, that's so good. I'm really happy. Well, stay tuned. Now we're gonna take the train. And you're gonna not see this face for about 30 minutes. You're gonna see the views of New York City. So stay tuned. If you enjoy looking at my face in these videos, take it in. take it in because you ain't gonna see it for the next 30 minutes as we're riding the Long Island Railroad. Take it in right now. If you don't like my face, keep your opinions to yourself. All right. I'm a little bit hungry. I'm gonna have another. Should I have another bun? What time is it? 1:52. I'm gonna have one more bun. One more bun. Feel free to ask me anything. As we wait for the train. I'm gonna have one more bun and I'll show you a little bit more of how the station looks like. Coat. Got in Zara. It's a international store company from Spain. The guy who runs Zara is actually one of the richest people in the world. He has a very fascinating story. He's a kind of a recluse. No one knows really who he is, but there's a documentary that uncovers his story. Really interesting. I think it's either on Netflix or Amazon Prime. I got this back in like 2014, 2015. 4K Wanderer says, thank you for the Queen's views. My pleasure. Okay, I'm consolidating. Bear with me. I'll leave you with the views of the train station as I pack up. How many buns I got? That is a very inappropriate question. Oh, you're talking about pork buns. I had 3 pork buns, and I ate 2 of them. And now I consolidated it all into one little plastic casing. 4K says, don't start this again. 4K, sorry to make your moderating efforts a little bit trickier. What's the sauce that makes the pork sweet? I don't think the pork itself is that sweet. They might use a little bit of sugar, but it's like a barbecue type sauce. And it does definitely have sugar. That's why the pork kind of keeps for longer period of time. New York City's such a vibe. I agree. All right, switching the view. Does the Long Island Railroad have accessibility? Yes, it does. Here's the elevator. And is it working? Let's see if it works. Let's see if it works. Is it working? Yeah, it is. Okay, so the elevator is working. Long Island Railroad tends to have very good elevator service. It's a little bit trickier on the MTA subway. So there we go. It is accessible. Hey, Cartier, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. You say you're cute. Here's something towards the coffee. Thank you. And 4K, another super chat. Thank you, 4K. How do you compare the Long Island Railroad to the Railroad of Massachusetts, I think you're referring to? I like the Long Island Railroad. It's a little bit more up to date than the Massachusetts one. So a little bit better, a little bit better. It will come in 6 minutes. Yeah, it's coming soon. There's a library. Someone asked about that earlier. Cool is that you can see the views up here of Chinatown. Let's see what we can see a little bit further up the platform. We see the backsides of buildings. Wendy, how long am I going to be live today? This is going to be a long one because we're going to Manhattan now. Stay tuned. What will be the fare of the ride? I think it's around $5.25. I'm using unlimited, so I don't have the exact number. If anyone can check it out on the Long Island Railroad site and tell all of us. I think it's $5.25 or $5.50. Have you vlogged the ferry to Manhattan to Staten Island? Yes. There's one from back in August, I think. Wendy says, I hate to leave your lives, but I need to get out, walk, and head me to your sanity. Yeah, no worries. Okay. A little plastic is making weird noises now in my backpack. Here's a handball court. New York City's quintessential sport. Stephanie says you can still listen while working. Oh, Adam, you were referring not to Massachusetts commuter rail. You were referring to Metro North. I've only ridden Metro North very few times, and I like it, but the trains are much older. They are definitely much older on the Metro North. White Bear is down this block. Yes, it is. White Bear. Another great spot. Very famous. I have a food on Chinatown. I have a vlog on Chinatown food. Not a live video, but a recorded video. Go on Facebook or YouTube, search Urbanist, Flushing Chinatown. You'll find it. Alec, I don't have slow mode on for the chat, unfortunately. Not yet. But if anyone, this is not either a sports channel either, so let's keep the topic to travel, food, or culture. And also, I don't cover current news or crime, so let's keep that away from the chat as well. Train arrives at 2:05. Yep, we're waiting for it. Such a nice photo with the sun coming in. Yeah, that would be a nice photo. How long is the platform? The platform, I think, can at least accommodate 10 cars. 10 cars. So it's pretty long. I don't know the length, but 10 cars. So Long Island Railroad is also the oldest commuter rail in the U.S. And the reason it's so old is because Long Island pretty much was the very first suburbs. Brooklyn was kind of the first suburb, but then continuing into Long Island. And we're about to see Moynihan Station once again, so stay tuned. Dave, you're loving the videos. It looks so peaceful here. Yeah, well, up here it is. Not down there. Down there is quite hectic. Here's some street ball. Kevin, we're about to board the train. Yeah. The video will be on the train. Do they have countdown signs? Yes. Let me show it to you. Right over here. So street ball happening. And here's the sign. It's gonna look a little bit weird because of the frame rate of my phone, but lo and behold, it is steady from my perspective. Sometimes there's camera issues with that. What is the furthest commute to New York City? Well, you can take the Amtrak all the way to the other side of the U.S., to San Francisco or Seattle, or you could go to Miami via Amtrak if you want to. But in terms of commuter rail, the Metro North goes pretty damn north. Let me know, what's the most northern stop on the Metro North? Because I think the most northern stop on the Metro North is probably farther away than we are from Montauk, which is the tip of Long Island, which in of itself is pretty far. It's like a 3-hour ride. Is Brooklyn considered part of Long Island? All right. So this is going to get confusing for a lot of people. Brooklyn and Queens are on the island of Long Island. But when people here in New York City colloquially say Long Island, they're referring to just Nassau County and Suffolk County, which are on the island of Long Island. However, Long Island City ain't on Long Island colloquially. Long Island City is in Queens. And wait a minute, there's more. The island of Long Island, according to the U.S. Supreme Court, isn't an island, it's a peninsula. So there we go. I hope that clears things up, everyone. I hope it clears it up. I hope it now makes perfect sense. Train is gonna come in 1 minute. Stay tuned. Is the timing always that perfect? Yes and no. The railroad is pretty good. It's pretty good. It's better than the subway in terms of sticking to schedule. All right, let's go. You guys ready? Let's hope there's not too many people here. And yes, Plus is very close. The gap is small, but do mind the gap.
Woodside.
right, so now we are en route to New York City. Hello, Lorraine. Hello, SF Fields. Manhattan is a borough of New York. Yes. So this is Queens, one of the 5 boroughs of New York. And I wish these windows were clean, but they aren't. So it's hard to show you this side of the view.
This is the train to Penn Station. The next station is Woodside.
Aldi, am I the only one on this train? No. So here, there in the distance, we see the 7 train. Oh, so cool. We missed it. Okay. Hard to catch, but here we have the train yards. No, there's other people on the train car. How long is the trip back? So everyone, you are in for a 20-minute ride. Then we'll get into Moynihan, so stay tuned. 20 minutes. Here's City Field.
Yeah, about 3:30, before 4 o'clock. Okay.
Good. So someone asked, is there plugs and Wi-Fi in the trains? You would think that the U.S. being a prominent world power, we would have Wi-Fi on our trains, but we do not. No Wi-Fi, and at least in these ones, no plugs. The newer ones that are like servicing, I think maybe like 25% of the railroad have plugs. But the New York City buses do have plugs. Yeah, that's right, Jessica. Let's do this. Does someone come check tickets? They do check tickets, yeah. I just showed him my unlimited ticket. So he doesn't need to punch it. Luciano, I think it's $5.25. Get a city zone ticket when you ride the Long Island Railroad. Lolly, Manhattan, you might refer to the neighborhood, or Manhattan, or New York, New York. Especially when you are sending a letter to Manhattan, you're referring to New York, New York, not Manhattan, New York. It might still get there if you write Manhattan, New York, but it's New York, New York. For unlimited, it depends. Anywhere from $270 to I think 400 plus, around there. How about going the opposite direction? Unfortunately, the windows really suck on the other side of the train. So I'll show you this side. Also, we'll see Manhattan from this side. Little Tut, Manhattan is a borough, yes. Tones is right. Queens is the only neighborhood where you refer to the neighborhood on the address, not Brooklyn, New York, or New York, New York, or Bronx, New York. But instead, Flushing, New York, Astoria, New York, etc. Hey, Yashi from Manchester, welcome. So we're passing through Queens right now. Let me know if you recognize the neighborhoods that we're passing through. Do they have first class trains? No, this is not a railroad, full on railroad. This is a commuter rail.
This station is Woodside.
So commuter rail doesn't have first class or anything like that. Commuter rail tends to just be one, all the seats tend to look the same. And of course the prices are a little bit cheaper than rail that goes from city to city or state to state. So here's the Woodside stop. Richard, go find a bar and watch United VC. Richard, this is not a sports channel, but I do appreciate your super chat. Thank you so much for the £2 super chat. Hey Judith, new member Judith, as well as a moderator. Welcome to becoming a super urbanist, Judith. Is there a John on the train? Yes, there is a bathroom on the train. Every other car has a bathroom. My voice is very relaxing, says Luciano. Better than ASMR. Oh, I'm glad. Lisa, I'm giving a lot of directions today. Yeah, because we're riding the train, mostly. So we're not doing the full wander on the street. Todd, is my LIR pass for all lanes? So the Long Island Railroad is split into zones. I think it's about 6 to 8 zones, somewhere around there. I have a unlimited for a specific zone, and I use that zone, so you can travel anywhere within that zone. So let's say if you have zone 6, you're able to travel any stop within zone 6, even though it might say on your limited stop, for example, like Babylon.
This is the train to Penn Station. The next station is Penn Station.
Hey, Kermit says you have a calming voice. You sound like a history teacher. I feel like I'm on a 6th grade field trip. It's nice. Oh, I'm so glad. Is it warm on the train? It is really warm. I usually get very warm. I usually have to take off my jacket when on the train. So here we're passing through, it gets a little bit confusing, this area, but here we have a host of different neighborhoods: Long Island City, Stanway, Astoria. This used to be a massive newspaper factory. It was been converted to a church, which is kind of crazy. And here we're starting to see the views of the Manhattan skyline. Right there. And yeah, no politics on the comments. Anything about travel, food, history, architecture, go for it. Little mantra recordings, a guided meditation for traveling. Alright, here we have, I gotta go on this side. Hey, Lisa says you have leadership qualities. That's why I asked if you're firstborn in my family. I'm glad I have leadership qualities, Lisa. 5 miles to Manhattan. So here we're seeing, not Manhattan, we're seeing the views of Long Island City, which Long Island City is on the island of Long Island, but it is not Long Island, it is in Queens. And as I mentioned, the island of Long Island is not a peninsula. So it might be Long Peninsula City. And there we go. Now we're going underground below the East River. Oh, my ears popped. We're going below the East River. into Moynihan Train Hall. Are you guys ready? Alex, this is the, I think these are called the Belmont Tunnels, but I'm not 100% sure. They were built by the Pennsylvania Railroad Company. Video, let's cross fingers that we are on the track that doesn't lose service. There's 21 tracks that are in Penn Station. I'm not sure how many laid underneath the East River. Not all 21, of course, probably a few of them. However, I hope that we are on one of the tracks that does have service, because not all of them do, actually. There's one. Oh. Very quiet on the train, it is, yeah. Dennis, do I drink coffee? Oh, you must be new here, Dennis. Because I do. And a lot. How deep underwater are you? East River, I'm not entirely sure. Deep. So if anyone... They need a bar car. Well, late bloomer, this is a commuter rail, so there really isn't food service. It's not like Amtrak here in the U.S. We're all underwater. Yes, everyone, we are underwater. Does the Long Island Railroad feel safer than the regular subway? Yes, because if and come with not generally, the Long Island Railroad is much more expensive, so it's hard to kind of sneak in and try to pay $5-8, especially if you don't have a ticket already. You might have to pay a little bit more on the train, and then beyond that, there's a lot of patrol on the train, so especially in rush hour and the weekend night rush, there's a lot of police presence. Adam, yes, we're definitely going to exit through Moynihan. Yeah, we're going to see Moynihan again. Uh-oh, we have stopped. Does this train have a table option? Nope. New Jersey Transit, I think, usually has tables, but no, not this one. A pipe? Look at that. That's cool. Now you can see how I do live video. So the train, this is what happens with New York. You think the trains are running perfectly, and then nope, they don't. They're delayed. We're underneath the train tracks. Miguel, thank you so much for a $1 super chat. So did you guys enjoy the silent walkthrough video yesterday? Let me know. I'm starting to do silent walk videos with binaural audio. Have a new camera, a new microphone for that. Let me know if you enjoyed that. 360 video for the Moynihan station is also coming up. But now we're going to go into Midtown Manhattan. And Michael says yes. Yes, indeed. And no, there are buses, ferries. There's a lot of modes of transportation here in New York City. Yeah. Buses, ferries, subways, commuter rail like this one. Your mask is just so awesome, dude. Oh, thank you so much, KD. I appreciate it. How much for these sunglasses? Not so expensive. These are from Warby Parker. They only cost about, I spend like 250, 290, between 250 and 300. And no people, can you ask for better? I do like when the train is empty. I do like it. I've rode significantly a lot the Long Island Railroad, and I used to ride it in the weekend night rush. And that is the worst. The weekend night rush. Uh, it's a very different crowd from the crowd I usually hang out with. People would call it here in New York City bro culture. Show. My fair share of fights while riding the train at 1 a.m. on the Friday night. Luckily, not so much because of a global pandemic. But before then, I had my fair share of that. So I'd like stop riding the train during that time and just start going either earlier or later. All right, we've arrived, everyone. Let's go to Moynihan and then on into Midtown. Daily, yes, we're gonna have coffee somewhere. Do you have architect or urban designer friends? I met an urban designer who's a longtime viewer of the show. Really cool guy. Architect friends, is very few. I don't think I have really any. No. But architects, I have two, at least. All right, let's go. We are on the
With the Long Island train is? Who knows with Long Island?
All right, great.
Please stay clear of the doors, track 19, don't avoid track 19.
So if you are exiting via the Long Island Railroad, make sure go towards. Sorry to catch my breath. Make sure to go towards 8th Avenue. And then once you get on the 8th Avenue side, you'll get off Moynihan rather than to the doldrums of New York, also known as Penn Station. So here's Port Washington. That's the line we took, the Port Washington line to Main Street. And here's the other lines. Hello, Silas. Hello, Spaniel.
Because they come out this way.
And here we are. Welcome to Moynihan Station, named after the in the station. From the back construct Let's go outside. Bad service here. I'm not sure why. This kind of sucks. Bad service. It's because of the building structure as well. It's Margie, this is a travel channel, so no talk about politics or economics. I may talk about urban planning, but does not really go into housing. Other channels you can talk about that. All right, we are out and about. We went from Manhattan to Queens, back to Manhattan in the course of 1 hour and 30 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Adventure already, but the adventure has only begun. Because now we're gonna explore Manhattan. Also, zero tolerance for people who a way that I pronounce things. We all have accents, we all have our quirks in pronunciation, but no need to keep repeating it, whether it be me or a guest I have on the show. So zero tolerance for people who do that. So goodbye, that person who was doing that. So here is the Patrick Farley Post Office building, which has been remodeled to also house the Moynihan. Brian would like to see the New York Hotel. Sure, let's go. Let's go. Let's see. Christine says, must have been YouTube. Yeah, indeed it was. All right. Beautiful. So the old Penn Station. Built underneath this monstrosity, aka Madison Square Garden. And right there is the Empire State Building. Right underneath. Indeed. All right. Hey, Noto, nice to see you here. Welcome. All right, let's go to the New Yorker Hotel. Show it to you. Luciano, we love your accent. It's nice to hear different accents. Indeed it is. Here in New York, we have a lot of them. Whoa, just got hit by wind. Oh, nowhere. A wind tunnel on this street. What the hell? No wind on the other corner. So here's the New Yorker Hotel. Jessica, you have a Puerto Rican Brooklyn accent. Yes, I love that accent. All accents are welcomed here. Here's the New Yorker. Why do we need pipes with steam? It's the old system of heating and providing air conditioning, and also for industrial dishwashers and many other uses. Hey, first last name says the bloody Corona action the other day was epic. Your New York City channel's numero uno. I'm so glad to be your favorite. Very high quality entertainment. I'm glad. Someone said, who said that? Gigi says I have a German accent, the worst. Ooh, Gigi, I actually love the German accent. German accent is amazing. I love it. I love women who speak with the German accent. I just love it. I had a crush on that German actress. I forgot her name. She was the main woman in National Treasure, the co-star National Treasure. If anyone could remind me, I had a huge crush on her when I was younger. So here is a plaque in honor of Nikola Tesla. He died on January 7th, 1943 at the age of 87. The exact age is a little bit disputed. He was between 85 and 87 years old. The great Yugoslav American scientist, inventor, Nikola Tesla. Nikola Tesla, whose discoveries in the field of alternating electric current advanced the United States and the rest of the world into the modern industrial era. Diane Kruger. Oh, thank you, Video T. Diane Kruger, yes, that's her. Right there, New York Hotel. He lived here the final 10 years of his life. If you want to learn more information about our boy Nikola Tesla, go to Urbanist. Search Urbanist Nikola Tesla. You'll find it either on Facebook or on YouTube. Was he the founder of Tesla? No. Tesla Motors was founded, I think, a little bit more than 15 years ago. The company basically is of Elon Musk. He didn't actually make the name. He bought the name, but it's basically Elon Musk's company. Right there, Empire State Building. KD says I pronounce some words in the New England way. Yes. Lorraine, I like the English and British accents. Oh yeah. 4K wants a Tesla. Oh, I feel you, 4K. That's the only car I would buy. Founded on July 1st, 2003. Was it that early? Did you form it that early? I didn't realize that. That's interesting. Here's a beautiful door. Art Deco door right over here. Todd says Ariel in the future will make videos with the self-driving Tesla. Oh, you bet. Yes, I definitely will be making videos on the self-driving Tesla. 100%. I think the future of Urbanist, or one part of Urbanist's future, is going to be a 24/7 live stream, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, of just the camera mounted onto a self-driving Tesla. Sometimes I may board the vehicle, or other times I may get other people aboard the vehicle, but it just drives all day, live streaming the entire day in 4K video. Or maybe more, 8K video. That's the future of Urbanist. All right, so let's, oh, there's a fight happening here on this side. So let's go to Chelsea, because Chelsea is a bit more pleasant. There's a fight down there. MR says no more cars in Manhattan when self-driving happens. Oh, there'll be cars, but they'll be different. Zolst, what's my favorite car? The only car I would consider is a Tesla. Terry would love to see that golden door open. Yeah, indeed. That golden door used to lead to a speakeasy, but not anymore, unfortunately. Not anymore. The city's pretty clean. It is indeed. Should Madison Square Garden be moved from its location? I would love if that were the case. I mean, no offense. There's nothing personal to any sports fans or fans of concerts. But my own personal opinion, if I had the choice, I would destroy Madison Square Garden and rebuild Penn Station. Whenever I run for mayor in 2085, stay tuned, Penn Station will be rebuilt. Bigger than even the old Penn Station. So this way is Hudson Yards, but we're not going to Hudson Yards today. Let's go back into Chelsea, but let's go a different direction than we did last time. I saw Maiden and Motorhead in MSG. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, you know, this is a sports venue. It doesn't have to be here. Like, sports venues are flexible. They could be anywhere. More important is transit. So, if there's plenty of lots still available in Manhattan for a sports venue. So it doesn't have to be here. Kermit, you don't know what Hudson Yards is. Hudson Yards is a new development, private development with skyscrapers. Basically making their own neighborhood called Hudson Yards. You might also know as like a city center. Do you think the city's busier today? Yes, it is busier than it was even 3 months ago. GG, yes you can. All right, let's go into Chelsea, a different route than we did last time. Let's change it up. Let's go through, someone asked about brutalism, so let's actually go through Fashion Institute of Technology. Last time I came here was yesterday, New York City Pizza Suprema, or 2 days ago. Was it yesterday? Time flies by. New York City has never had an Olympic game. Yeah, as far as I know, never had an Olympic game. There's a Crumpy Cafe in 20th and West 8th. Yeah, it's one of my favorites. We're gonna go around that area of Chelsea. But I might try a place I haven't tried yet. I don't know. So stay tuned. Madison Square Garden is a great concert venue, says Terry. I saw Billy there in 2018. Yeah, it is iconic. Probably not so aesthetically pleasing on the outside, but it is iconic. Because of all the great concerts that have taken place there. Please send no politics on this channel. Other great channels you can discuss politics, not here. If you are of the belief that everything is political, well, I'm sorry to hear that. No tolerance for politics. Hey, Stephanie asks, wasn't Hudson Yards area going to be the site of the Olympics? Yeah, Stephanie, it was. So Hudson Yards, the new neighborhood behind Moynihan Train Hall, was going to be the original location for the Olympics. I think it was going to be 2012 Olympics, maybe. Or was it a little bit later, 2016 Olympics? One of those Olympics. However, New York was rejected in favor of London, and then what was the other city that was rejected for? Let me know. All right. Let's go here. I think he stopped because I was pointing the camera at him. So a lot of the bikers nowadays, and the bike messengers, I know they're doing their best, but sometimes they don't respect the red light. And I think he stopped because I was pointing the camera at him. Hey, 4K, final tip towards the drink. Thank you so much for sponsoring our final stop for this journey, a coffee in Manhattan. Wow, 50% like, says Todd. You mean 50% thumbs up and 50% thumbs down? Whoa. Or you mean 50% of the viewers are liking? All right, let's tour Fashion Institute of Technology. Hi, I'm glad you respect my view on politics. I know a lot of people argue differently, but that's for another conversation. What's my favorite type of coffee? You're about to find out. So here we have Fashion Institute of Technology. This is one of the examples of brutalism in New York City. Brutalism decided to forego the ornamentation of generations past. They decided to forego the tall, glassy skyscrapers and instead to go for bare, raw, brutal concrete. With no flourishes, no color, just concrete. That is brutalism. Ira, thank you so much for sending stars. I appreciate you. This is not concrete. Am I being fooled? Is this architecture fooling me? It is not. I hear a thud. What? This is not concrete? Ah. Come on, guys. What are you doing here? Is this faux brutalism? I hear a thud. Sheetrock. Is this sheetrock, ladies and gentlemen? Let's check this out. What's back here? We're wandering, ladies and gentlemen. This might be concrete. Let's see. Yes. This is concrete. All right, good. There's some concrete here. Kay says Ariel's the best person to hit those columns and ask if they're full brutalism. Yeah. I don't like to be fooled with brutalism. If you're gonna go brutal all the way. Don't half brutal it. Hey, Miguel, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. So, going half brutal is like saying you're a half badass. You can't be a half badass. You gotta be full badass. Same thing with brutal. You can't be half brutal. You gotta go full brutal. More brutalism here. And we have security following me, ready to tackle me down because I'm filming a video in the public street. Well, semi-public because this is technically their campus. Is this the reason it's so quiet because college usually is closed in January. They have their breaks, but also due to the pandemic, there's changes up and about with up and about because of the pandemic. And a literalist says, if people see you knocking on walls, they think you're crazy, or they think you're an architect. So it's either you're crazy or you're an architect, or you're a crazy architect. Maybe it's both. Alec, you recognize I started live here in October. Yeah, I did indeed. No politics on the channel. All right, everyone. Final time we're saying it. Moderators, no tolerance today. I get it. Things are happening in the news, but this ain't the news channel. This ain't a politics channel. Plenty of other places. Go watch the news. Go watch a bunch of other political commentary channels on YouTube. This ain't the place. No tolerance. Moderators. We are in full nuclear mode now. Go. Nuclear is probably not the best word to use. So let's think of another word. Video says, boo, we want to vote for you. Maybe one day. When I run for president, 2080. But until then, no politics. Ted, this is great, says, oh, Ted, I'm so glad you're enjoying this. Someone asked about the museum. This is the museum right here. I'm going to show it to you. And let me show you the map of FIT before I actually continue. The buildings here are cool. Yeah, they are. Dubinsky, Business and Liberal Arts, Feldman, Conference Center, Pomerantz, Goodman. Oh, I like all those names. Fashion Institute of Technology. "4K says, we're here for Cronuts and chill." Indeed. Oh, this is kind of cool. I like this. Wow. This is cool brutalism. Let's see. Let's do a echo test. I have my mask pretty on tight, so no air. Can't do a full whistle. So this is the museum, but effective closure. It closed on March 13th. So unfortunately it's not closed. It's closed, I mean. But usually there's great exhibitions here. I actually never attended one in person, but I did a fashion documentary this year, 2020, which I released, I think it was early May or late April. And I did research the head of the fashion department here, who runs the museum as well. Her name is Valerie Steele, and I did see photos and videos of her exhibitions, and they're just mind-blowing. I wish I had visited it myself. So I can't wait that they open it up again. Let me show you the display over here on this side. There seems to be a little small gallery that we can see from the window. Hello, Neo Bull. Thank you so much, Neo Bull, for watching from Twitch. You're my only viewer on Twitch. Neo Bull. FIT went full virtual. Interesting. Michael Kors and Noma Kamali went to FIT. Oh, really? Michael Kors. I haven't really heard of Noma Kamali. I'll look into her, but that's so cool that those two people went into FIT. So there's some murals here. Good use of brutalism. I hope someday in the future we consider making colorful our brutalist architecture. Imagine if you paint the entire facade rainbow colors or florals. Wouldn't it be cool to just have floral paint on the brutalist architecture? Hey, now we're two. Oh, that's so cool. HP, thank you so much for watching on Twitch. The nature of color. Color makes the world feel vibrant and alive, but that's not all. Color helps us make sense of the world. It contains a vast amounts of information about the natural world and the human world. Come and explore the world of color in this immersive and interactive exhibition that is now closed due to a global pandemic. What is the Twitch name? The Twitch name is Urbanist Live. Harry is also watching on Twitch. Ooh, we got 3 people watching on Twitch. Oh, the Twitch audience is growing rapidly. Welcome, Harry. Nice to see you here. Urbanist Live on Twitch and also on Facebook. All right, so now let's continue exploring. We're basically going on the border of Chelsea and Nomad. Love the way you do camera work, says Paul. I'm so glad, Paul. Right here, look at this. Brutal. HP says, dude, the quality is crazy on Twitch. Thank you. Yes. Thank you. I appreciate that, HP. All right, let's cross over here. 4K is also watching on Twitch. Oh, welcome, 4K. And Aaron is also watching on Twitch. Whoa. Alexandria says, right, it looks better on Twitch. Oh my God, interesting. I like the color. Yeah, indeed, Claire. I agree. Thank you so much for watching, Claire. KD, thank you for a relaxing morning. My pleasure, KD. Thank you for watching. $4K. Let's keep it on YouTube. Let's keep it on YouTube. Priority. Twitch is just a bonus. It's just a cherry on top. Twitch, for now. Hey, what's up, Ree? Nice to see you here. Bella is watching me both on YouTube and Twitch. Harry, I found your channel through Action Kid. Really enjoying the content. Oh, welcome, Harry. Nice to see you here. Rinks, nice to see you here. Donna, watching from Trinidad and Tobago. Hello, Gorgon. Welcome. Thank you for the great stream. Hello, all the way from Vancouver, Canada. Welcome, Kirby. Thank you for the great stream. Alex says, the Master's voice. You mean the Master from Doctor Who? Do I sound like the Master from Doctor Who, the new Master? Action Kid and you are like the dynamic duo, says Rinks. Yes, indeed. Thank you. Carmen, hello. Clarissa from Australia. Let me know where you're watching from. Are you just tuning in? Got a lot of people tuning in. Got people on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. Hi, Musa. Hello, video. Alex from Portugal. 24 viewers on Twitch. Ooh, that is impressive. Finally, a video is being watched on Twitch. So here, ladies and gentlemen, we have the Inside Nomad Hotel, which I visited last week or 2 weeks ago. It's a new favorite hotel of mine. Alexandra was so kind in letting me stay. So check out those videos last week. I saw the sunset from here. I visited a rooftop. I had dinner. I ventured into a snowstorm that felt like I was venturing into the Arctic North from the hotel. The Inside Nomad. GG, I don't have a Facebook account. Not sure if it's worth it. No, it's okay to watch on YouTube. Gorgon, I can see all the chats. I'm also live streaming to Periscope, but no one's watching there. I think Periscope is going to be discontinued. So, poor Periscope. It's going the way of the dodo. We need an Urbanist discount for the hotel. Yes, if you end up calling, ask for Alexandra. Alex. When you call, and if you want to book a room at the Inside Nomad Hotel, ask for Alexandra or say that you found out about it through Urbanist. World famous dude Dundee says looks great on Twitch. Whoa. Ariel, we need a group on Facebook. There is a group on Facebook. Join Urbanists of the World if you want to connect with your fellow Urbanists. A lot of them have been watching Urbanist for 4 years. So there you can meet the OG Urbanists. Thank you so much for watching, KD. We only have one more stop left, and that stop is going to be a coffee. But which coffee shall we go to? What coffee shall we try? Who knows? Stay tuned on Urbanist. Don, you're obsessed. I'm glad you enjoyed the videos. Thank you so much for watching. For you wonder, they know about the group. Yep, Urbanists of the World. No Instagram. No Instagram. You can't use apps to go live to Instagram nor TikTok. So, fortunately, that's not the case. Here's a secret little waterfall inside this apartment building, and there's a water tower right there. Little tut sounded says it sounded like I was going on a commercial break. And here's a photo opportunity. Get someone, if you know an Instagram influencer, get them right through there doing some pose, and boom, insta famous. Actually, get them doing this pose, and then here you can be with the camera, and there it's a selfie and a portrait at the same time. Pro tips, ladies and gentlemen. Pro tips. There we go. That is an outdoor laundry room, says Todd. Very, very innovative way of thinking about it. Hey, Rank says, when Action Kid, Walk Where I Fly, and Sifat did a walk together, it was epic. Like Voltron became one. Yeah, I'm so glad you enjoyed that exploration with those guys. Put us all on, says Carlissa. Yeah. Feliz Días de los Reyes. Oh, gracias por mirando, Rosa de Mexico. Feliz Días de los Reyes también. Happy Three Kings Day. Okay, you're back in full lockdown. Can only go out with the essentials. Oh no. Well, I hope these videos are helping you go out. Hey Molly, you're watching literally in the middle of nowhere mountains, Vermont, miles and miles away from any town. Totally opposite of New York, and it's looking like a different planet. Wow, that's so cool that you're watching from the mountains of Vermont. That's amazing. Welcome. That's wonderful. Hey Ed, fan from 2016, gracias por viendo. Qué bien que estaba mirando tanto tiempo. Hey Catherine Foster, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. Love your video, says Miss Tello. Oh, that was some good disco. Planet Earth is huge, yes. That's why, if you want to do live streaming, I encourage you to do so. There's already a lot of people in New York, and of course, more the merrier. But if you are in the mountains of Vermont, or in the jungles of the Amazon, or in the side streets of Hyderabad, any place, consider doing a live stream there and showing people the world. I'll probably visit those places myself at some point. Did Ariel make a philosophical chat here, Alec? On the Inside Nomad, yes. Back in November, yeah, that's correct. Are you taking the LR back? Joe, maybe. But not in this video. Saludos. You should do a live stream from India, says Kay. I would love that. Yeah, that would be so amazing. That would be amazing. There was a man who was harassing a Asian American woman, and luckily he didn't do anything, but he's still looking his back. That sucks. Sucks that people are harassing people. It's such a shame. All right, this cross seems to have calmed down. Stephanie, am I okay? Yes, I am. I was just worried for the woman, but she ended up going her way, and he kept on walking.
What are you doing tonight?
Look at the beautiful buildings. Absolutely love them. Where's this? Hyde recommends that if you see someone doing that, you can say out loud, the cops are on their way. Yeah, it's a good tactic. Yeah. You know, I stayed there just in case he did something. Because that's not cool. But let me know what will you do in that situation. Let me know. Anyways, let's continue walking through Nomad. Wow, a lot of detail in these buildings. Yeah, they're absolutely gorgeous, these buildings. All around here in New York City. So here, I've showed this church many times. Judith, ask me anything about history, food, or travel. No personal questions. Hey, Alex, thank you so much for pressing that like button. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. All right, let's do a coffee break, shall we? Over here, I'll do a coffee break. Show you the food of Maman. I actually meant to show you this the day after the snowstorm, but it was closed because it was too snowy and they had to like clear all the snow so the employees didn't come in early. But it's a really great place for brunch and other foods. So let's check it out. Maman here. And Cindy says, "Oh, it almost looks apocalyptic." it's not that bad. Some streets are a little bit more construction, but most of the city is not looking apocalyptic. Don't worry. Yeah, wait our turn. It's only one person at a time. Beautiful shop front. Yes, it is. Beautiful shop front. So let's wait our turn. I'll show you the menu in the meantime. Yep. Plant is on the way. Well, it's time to service us 4K. That's funny. Well, actually, as seems they're going to take a while for their order, let me show you Flatiron first and then go back for coffee. Everyone, no news. No news, no politics. This is not a news channel. A lot of other places to watch news. I don't mean any disrespect. My heart goes out to people who are going through tough times and there's tough issues, but this is not the place. Gabrielle, no news. So here we have Nomad. You need vending machines for every corner. It says, is that Kurihara? I think that is Kurihara. Kurihara, welcome back. Yeah, we're not like Japan. Japan has a lot of vending machines. We don't really have a business for mass amount of vending machines as much as Japan. So you'll see them very rarely, mostly at gas stations, but not really in the middle of the city. So this is supposed to imitate the clock tower from Venice, I think it's called St. Mark's Tower in Venice. I covered the history here, so check it out. And it's a beautiful day, wow. Beautiful, beautiful day. The sky is amazing today, I agree. It's amazing, wow. It's amazing, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely gorgeous. As some New Yorkers say, the old school New Yorkers, gorgeous. It's gorgeous. That's how old New Yorkers speak. All right, let's see if Maman has. We could get a coffee of Maman. Come back to this sky. John says, sì, il campanile de San Marco, Venezia. Sì, yes, il campanile. Gorgeous, yeah, gorgeous. That's how you say gorgeous in New York, in New Yorker, classic New Yorker. Gorgeous. Uh-oh, the line is getting longer. The Get a Chocolate Chip Cookie says, okay, yeah, I really do love their chocolate chip cookies. They're really excellent. Today I'm a little bit full for a chocolate chip cookie, but let's see if there's something else. I do recommend it. Let's see if we can finally get in. Oh, wow. The same people are still there. Okay, never mind. It's the same individuals who were there as I walked away. They're still inside ordering. I'm not sure what the hell they're ordering. So we're gonna go plan 2. Someone recommended Eataly. Someone wanted to see some Eataly. So let's go Eataly, shall we? I ain't gonna wait. Either the service is slow or that person is ordering a bunch or it's a combination of both. I am indeed, yeah.
What's your name?
Urbanist Exploring Cities.
I need subscribe to you.
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. Go for it.
What's your name?
Urbanist.
You are?
Urbanist. And search that and you'll see the orange.
That's the one?
That's me, yeah, that's me.
Can you take me on? Can you take me?
Yeah, are you,
How many viewers you have?
what?
How many viewers?
Right now I'm doing a live video, so I have about 800 people watching. Yeah.
Total, how many total do you have?
I have 29,000.
9K?
Yeah.
Oh, everybody's safe.
Yeah, man.
Everybody's safe.
Are you an Uber driver?
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep on driving. Thank you so much for driving New Yorkers around. Thank you, Sam, for the $2.99 super chat. And thank you, Alex. The building next to the clock tower was supposed to be much taller. Yes. So this building was built only till 25 stories, but it was actually supposed to be 75 stories taller. Designed by Cass Gilbert. He had a bunch of disagreements with his co-workers, with the building developers. And then the stock market crash of 1929 happened, and they halted construction. So now we have a little stump at 25 stories. Polite dude, yeah. Uber driver was very keen on knowing how many subscribers I have. Catherine says, I now have one more person watching. Yes, welcome, welcome, fellow Uber driver. All right. He wanted to advertise on your channel, says Judith. I'm not sure. All right. All right, now we're back. So, couldn't do any sound because they had some very popular music playing. This is Eataly, and Eataly, right in the front they have Lavanza Coffee, which is the famous coffee brand of Italy. Eataly is basically a huge Italian market. They have a bunch of branches all around the world. And let's go sit down. I did not notice when you paid for the coffee. Oh yeah. I did indeed pay for the coffee, just the camera was pointing elsewhere. I don't like pointing the camera unless someone gives me kind of either explicit or implicit permission to do so. I did buy espresso indeed, I'll show you the color soon. Let's sit right over here. Beautiful day. Oh, this is a gorgeous day. I am in love, ladies and gentlemen. In love. I gotta put this down. All right. Is this the first Eataly location? First Eataly location in the US? Yes. Eataly is a pun, right there. A little bit of crema, not too much. And ooh, a lot of sirens. Okay. Is this a nice view? This is a nice view, yeah. I haven't done this view in a while. So thank you so much for watching, Picard. Thank you everyone so much for watching. Let's try this espresso here from Lavanza. I like this. Eataly is a portmanteau. Yeah, portmanteau. Yeah, it is a portmanteau. Yeah, you're right, 4K. Yeah, you're right. It's a pun and a portmanteau at the same time. This is very good. It's more on the bitter side. Kind of tastes like classic Italian style. More on the bitter side. So it's not quite as high quality as I would say other coffee shops. As more of a kind of a common, more classic style taste to it. Yeah, classic style. It almost tastes like if your grandmother made this. You know, your grandmother makes coffee. At least for me, Puerto Rican, older family members sometimes make coffee. This is what it tastes like. It tastes like it's made out of the mocha. So it's kind of really, really classic taste to it. I like it, but classic. Nothing really kind of wow. I thought Bob was behind you. Yeah, Bob is there somewhere. Bob hasn't visited us in a while, but we'll see Bob soon. All right, everyone. I'll bid you adieu. Please stay safe, everyone, wherever you are in the world, maybe here in America or abroad. Stay safe, stay calm, stay happy. If your eyes are glued to the news, aside from watching my show, consider watching a comedy show. Your eyes don't need to be glued to the news. Don't worry. At least that's my opinion. You don't need to be glued to the news. Your heart can go out to people. You can be there if someone needs you to be there, of course. But try watching some comedy. Try watching a good movie. Try learning a new documentary. Watch a documentary about nature or something like that. Or another video about cities. It's a great way to pass time, especially in moments like these. So everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this travel from Manhattan to Queens, back to Manhattan, all the way here at the Flatiron at Eataly. Everyone, keep being awesome and always keep on exploring. Have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.